Hi, everyone. I want to go ahead and be respectful of your time and start right on time at 10 o'clock Pacific time, 1 o'clock Eastern time. My name is Duncan Gilman. I'm the Dean of Students of Splash Media U, and it's a pleasure to welcome all of you to our live tour. We're going to start doing these once a week as we get more and more student interest. I want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to see the school and walk through the program. I hope you don't mind. Periodically, I'm going to check my phone. I've got someone standing by on tech support here to make sure that we're coming through live and clear. So I'm just going to quickly go over to my phone every couple of seconds here and make sure that we're up and running. We're trying this on Hangouts because I want to make sure that we're not only talking about social media and teaching social media, but equally able to use it and showcase it in everything that we do. So that we have our I think I'm getting a little feedback there. We have our social media sites up to date. Let me go ahead and turn off my other screen here. There we go. Pardon me, because I disappeared for a second there. There we go. So again, I want to welcome you to our live tour. Primarily, you're going to actually see the school. You're not going to see me here on the screen. I want to actually switch over to the screen view and show you the school. A little bit of background information before we get to that. Splash Media U actually started as a program at an agency, a marketing agency that still exists in Dallas, Texas, as a way to train incoming employees. Social media was still pretty new and is still relatively new and different for businesses when you think of marketing in general. And we needed a way to train our marketing managers how to use social media for their clients. So we developed this training program and wanted to actually move it out into its own thing and market the training program itself because we realized how helpful it was internally. We thought that other businesses and consultants and marketing professionals would get some benefit from it. So that's what we did. And recently, over the summer of now it's last year of 2014, we partnered with Full Sail University, which is a wonderful, mostly production school, but they also have a business program based in Orlando, Florida. And as an affiliate of them, we're very happy to be able to provide some social media marketing classes, and specifically our certification program, which is what I'm going to show you, to the Full Sail student body and to outside students who may be interested. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the screen share so you can see the program itself. Let me go ahead and go to my screen share app here, and I'm going to switch over to the school program. Once again, I'm going to do a quick check, make sure there are no errors on our tech side. Looks like we're good to go. Okay, great. I'm so glad that we're doing this over Google Plus and YouTube because we'll have a record of it then afterwards, so that if you missed it for some reason, of course, you're watching right now. But if anyone you know missed it, or we have some other people who signed up but weren't able to attend, we can always send them this link. So here we are on the program itself. I'm going to go ahead and make this full screen so you can see. You'll notice, and I'll probably end up pointing this out a few times because I like to remind students and prospective students, we tried to make this program as user-friendly as possible. So everything is very straightforward here on the page. All of our courses that make up the Master Social Media Certification are listed down the page. We have 7 of them: Foundations, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, blogging, YouTube, and Strategy, and a couple of extra things I'll tell you about in a minute. And then we also have those courses listed up here in the top navigation in courses. Again, Foundations, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, blogging, YouTube, and Strategy. We'll start across the top here. The rest of our navigation menu is also straightforward. We've got their messages, which are internal communication where you can communicate to instructors. If you notice, let me point this out before we continue. I'm actually logged in as a student. So this is the student view that you will see. I've called our student first name new, last name student. How appropriate. So this is actually the student view of the messages, the resource library. Great way to come back and review some of the resources if you decide you want to use these for your business or for your client. The things you'll find here are templates that you can use for the homework assignments that we provide. As you go through the classes themselves, we'll insert certain homework assignments to make sure that you know the material. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. But you can always come back to the resource library and see them at a glance here and access all of the resources and templates here. Great things like how to respond to customers. You've got a sample response policy that, again, you can take and download and modify it, put your logo on it, modify it for your company or for your client if you're a consultant. Recommend you check out the support page. It's a great place to see frequently asked questions and learn how to do homework assignments, how to watch classes if you're having problems viewing those videos. And then you can always use the phone number here or email address to call or email if you're having issues. All right, let's go back to the courses. And I go kind of fast, but if you want to go ahead and submit your questions on that chat window, feel free, because I'm going to come back there and address your questions at the end. So as you think of them, go ahead and put them in, because I do go kind of quickly, and I don't want you to forget about your question and have it be lost there, so I can come back and answer it when we're finished going over the courses here. Let's just dive into one for an example. Let's go into Twitter. So this is the way the courses all are structured. We have a basic overview of what you will learn in this course. We have the sections laid out according to how we've structured our curriculum. We call this the tactical wheel. It's made up of 5 things. After you cover the basics, it's made up of these 5 tactics: listening, building community, broadcasting, content, and conversion. The reason we set them up like this is because it's kind of like driving a car, learning to drive a car. When you learn how to drive a car the first time, what it's doing is not preparing you to learn how to drive a Chevy, which may be the car that you learn to drive on. It's preparing you to learn how to drive any car. So that's what we've done here with the tactical wheel, is we're trying to prepare you to work on any social media platform. So as you saw, we offer in our master certification Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, blogging, and YouTube, but the idea is to prepare you to use these same principles on Foursquare and Snapchat and Instagram, which we're currently developing, by the way. So that's why we created the tactical wheel, so that you can take these basic principles of listening and building community and apply them to any social media platform. The links that you see here in each section are actual individual classes. Our classes on average are about 3 or 4 minutes long. Sometimes they go as long as 6 or 7 minutes if it's a real in-depth topic. But for the most part, they're fairly short, because we want to keep these in bite-sized chunks so that you can watch them on a mobile device or on your commute if you're taking public transportation, not in your car, speaking of cars. So let's go ahead and look at one here. Let's look at, I'm going to back up to the basics section, because there's a good example here that I always like to use. Let's go to the class here that's how to use Twitter lists. And again, we're in the Twitter course in Master Certification. So here you'll see the class come right up. We've got a list of the other classes in the basic section. So it's nice, you don't have to go out to the Twitter course again. You can stay right here within basics and go to the next item. All I have to do is click play on this class, and I'll start watching this class. Before I click play, I'll see in the screenshot here what I'm going to get out of this class. So I'm going to learn by watching this class what is a Twitter list, how to create a list, and some common uses of lists. So I'm just going to click play. I think I'm actually in this particular video. We have a variety of instructors who are social media managers, but I think this one is me. Let's see here. So again, here are the objectives for this course, this class. And there we go. I have my volume turned down because I didn't want to interfere with the Hangout, with the tour here. You'll notice a couple of the links here have this little hand and paper icon. That's an assignment. So after you've watched the how to use Twitter list class, then you're ready to complete the create a Twitter list assignment. You'll see that we've placed these strategically in these spots so that you're prepared from the previous classes to do those homework assignments. So here's that assignment. My assignment now is to identify and follow 10 marketing executives and add them to a public Twitter list, which I know how to do because I've just watched the how to create a Twitter list class. This particular assignment has 2 parts. In part 1, I'm going to explain how I found the members, and then in part 2, I'm going to upload a screenshot. Our homework assignments take 2 forms. One is simple text entry, and one is upload a file, and I'll show you both of those. So I'm going to click Add Submission because I'm ready to show you how to do this assignment, or in your case, I'm ready to do this assignment. This online text box is where you'll find the place where you can type in an answer to a question. And in this particular homework assignment, we've asked you to do part 1 in the text box. So in this text box, I'm going to explain how I found those members here. Very simple. If you're used to Microsoft Word or any word processing platform, you can recognize all of these little icons. Very simple, straightforward text entry. In part 2, we've asked you to upload a screenshot. And a lot of our homework assignments require an upload because we want to see that you've done something exactly the right way and you're prepared to do it in real life when you go out and create that Facebook ad or create that Twitter list, for example, using this particular assignment. So the part 2 of this assignment is uploading a screenshot showing the list. And if you don't know how to upload a screenshot, it's a little bit different on a Mac versus a Windows-based computer. And we walk you through it in our frequently asked questions in the support tab. But when I'm ready, I can just find that file on my computer, the screenshot that I've taken, and just drag it right into this rectangle, or of course click the add button and browse for it on my computer. What I recommend you doing is create a folder on your computer somewhere on your desktop in your documents folder called Splash Media U Assignments. That way you can save all of your screenshots and files there. Then when you're ready to upload it for an assignment, you can open that window, open that folder, and just drag it right into this rectangular area here. When you're ready, you can click Save Changes, and that homework assignment automatically gets uploaded to the instructor for grading. Exams and homework assignments, I'll show you exams in a minute. Exams and homework assignments both require a passing score of 80% or above. We want you to succeed. We want you to grasp these concepts. So we're not going to let you fail. We want you to get an 80%, and we will work with you and provide feedback so that you can achieve that 80% score if you don't the first time out. Back on the Twitter page, at the top, I'll show you, now that we've sort of shown you the middle, I'll show you the top and the bottom now too. At the top, you can see a list of all the activities you've completed. And in the sample account, I've completed 0 out of 15. So I can see, though, at a glance, which of my Twitter assignments have what status. So which ones I've uploaded, which ones have been returned and graded, which ones need redoing. So that status is available here. And this is an important thing to check before you complete the Twitter exam. So let's return to the Twitter course. You can see my return to course button here. Because you'll know you're ready for the exam once you've completed all those assignments and grasped all of those concepts. And at the very bottom, after the convert section of the tactical wheel, is the Twitter exam. Exams are made up of 25 questions, multiple choice, and true false. And again, these are automatically entered into our system once you click submit. The difference with exams over assignments is that exams are automatically graded by the system. You don't have to wait for a manual grade from your instructor. So right away, you will know how you did on the exam and whether or not you need to retake it. We've built in a 24-hour window after you failed an exam so that you can go back and review the classes that you may need a second look at before you take it again. I think that's everything I wanted to tell you about the exams. You will have an opportunity. This is very important. As you go through your exam, you'll have an opportunity at the end before you click that final submit button to review your answers. So if you're going through, and you can take as long as you like, if you're going through and reconsidering one of those answers, it's a good opportunity at the end to go back and change the answer if you need to based on something you thought maybe wasn't quite right. Or, you know, it's possible that there's another question in the exam that's related, so you get to that question and you realize, oh, well, that kind of jolts my memory about this previous question, so I'm going to go back and change my answer. You have the opportunity to do that before you submit your exam. But again, if you don't get an 80%, we want you to succeed. We want you to go back and take it again, so you have that opportunity after one business day. You'll notice there were a couple of other items we didn't cover when I talked about the main courses, but I did allude to them at the bottom here. And once again, pardon me, this is a good opportunity to check our tech support. Looking good. At the bottom, beyond the strategy course, which kind of bookends everything. At the top, we've got foundations, then our social media platforms, and then strategy at the end. And we do this to bookend your whole overall experience of the master certification, because we want you to give you the basics of social media marketing in the foundations course. And at the end, we want you to be able to tie it all together and create a social media marketing plan of attack for your business or for your clients. So again, I'm getting back. I got a little sidetracked there, but back to our last two items on the page here: seminars and final exam. Seminars consist of our longer form um, uh, classes. They really are classes because they're pre-recorded, but they go into depth on specific topics. And we thought this would be a good way to go in more in depth, more so than just a 3 or 4 minute class, on particular topics that really require a deeper level of understanding. And that's campaign management, so managing social media campaigns for your business or your clients. Social media return on investment. So how do you put dollar figures to social media marketing? A deeper understanding of the tactical wheel, and then a deeper look into search engine optimization, which we do cover a little bit in our blogging course and our video course, but this is a great way to look specifically at how to optimize what you do on social media, specifically on both those topics, on your written content and on your video content. Each of the seminars is required viewing for Master Social Media Certification. And again, there are just 4 of them here. They are longer form. Each one of them is about an hour long. And the way we check comprehension is with a short little seminar exam. They're called exams, but they're shorter than the major course exams. These are just 10 questions, but same format: multiple choice and true false. Once you've completed all of the courses and the seminars, you're ready to take the final exam. And we have instructions here on how to request access to the final exam. All you have to do is complete these 3 steps. Make sure you visit the progress bar at each of the courses. Remember that's the bar at the top of the Twitter course that we saw, how far along you've gone in that course. Make sure your progress is fully complete on all of your assignments. Make sure that you have seen complete, and this is just verifies that further here, that you have completed status in each of those items. And then if anything is outstanding, just wait for the instructor to finish grading. So it's possible that it shows that it's submitted, but you're just waiting on the instructor to grade a couple of last minute homework assignments that you've submitted. And then you just send an email to our support email address saying that you've completed those steps, you're ready to take the exam, and then we'll make the final exam ready, visible to you, and it'll appear here down at the bottom of the courses. A quick note on the certificates. If you're enrolled in a certificate program, which is just one of our platforms, so just Facebook or just blogging, and in some cases just Pinterest. Pinterest is not part of our master certification, but you can enroll in Pinterest separately. This is also where it will appear. So for example, if you're enrolled only in our Pinterest certificate, you will see just Pinterest here. If you're enrolled in YouTube, you'll see just YouTube. Some of those certificate programs also include foundations because we want to give you the basic social media marketing foundation to start with, but then you'll go just into that one certificate program. Again, I went fast. I want to make sure I cover everything. That's the basic layout of the school. Let me go back over to our chat window. And let me switch back over to, I think going back over here, I'm automatically out of screen share. So if you have any questions, they should appear over here on the right, and I'm happy to answer them. So whenever you think of it, just type it in there. And what I'll do is I'll stay online for another few minutes because it's possible that we don't have any questions. And it's possible you want to follow up separately, and that's absolutely fine. So I'll stay on for another few seconds here and see if anybody has any questions before we sign off. All right, I'm not seeing any questions come through, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off for today. Thanks so much for joining us on our live tour. And again, we're going to start doing this on a weekly basis, so feel free to refer someone if you have someone in mind who might be interested in a social media marketing training program. Send them our way to the tour, and I'm happy to answer their questions. Thanks again for joining us today. Have a great rest of your day.